Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope. Do you like my new top? I got it from Haley. Thank you so much, Haley. I got this in the post. It says weird good. And Haley was one of the students on my tarot course. I looked up her things on social media afterwards and I found this and I absolutely love it. So Haley, I've received the top. Thank you so much. I absolutely love it. This is your horoscope for Monday the 8th of January, going through until Sunday the 14th of January 2024. And thank you for joining me. It's a real pleasure to be with you today. And I hope you really hear that and feel it, because I really mean it. I'm going to go through each day of the week to see how the planets interact with each other, what energy they create amongst themselves, and how that's going to influence all of us. And then I'm going to go through each sign of the zodiac from Aries to Pisces to see what area of your life this is going to show up in specifically, or what particular areas are going to light up for you as a Taurus or as a Gemini or as a Cancer or Virgo or whatever it may be. All right, so when I was writing this horoscope, the thing that I noticed is that this is going to be a very productive week. The only thing to watch out for is try not to overcomplicate things and try not to go overboard with things. So I was getting the Knight of Wands energy, which is a tarot card in the element of fire. And this is someone who can make great progress and he can live his life purpose and his truth and be excited and motivated and all these wonderful things. But the Knights are very extreme, and sometimes he gets so excited that he goes overboard and becomes angry or destructive. And that's really what I got this week, that it's important to kind of pace yourself and to ask yourself the question, is this valuable? Is there potential for growth here? Or, so am I in start mode? Am I putting energy into something in order for it to flourish and grow and expand? Or am I in stop mode where I am attacking something because I dislike it? So those two things, it's a real week of extremes and duality. As long as you're focused on building something and adding to it, that's likely to go very well. If you're in kind of fight mode, then that's not likely to go as well. So let's have a look then. Monday the 8th of January, we have the moon in Sagittarius. So the moon is your feeling. In Sagittarius, it's in a fire sign as well. And Sagittarius is very much about setting a goal, an intention, and then pursuing it and putting everything you've got into getting there. And that conjuncts Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and creativity, also in Sagittarius. So there's a real sense at the beginning of the week here is, I know exactly what I want, I know what I love, and I'm going to pursue it. And the question of being stopped, or it's not even going to occur to me. I'm so fired up about something, I'm going to go for it. It also trines Chiron in Aries, more fire, and Chiron is the wounded healer. So these things that you're doing, they seem very meaningful because I am not just realizing one of my own desires, but it also means that by doing this now, I'm amending the past. And the stakes are heightened with that. If I get this thing that I want now, it means I can heal from certain disappointments that have already happened to me. And that kind of put the ante is raised, right? And that's where the potential for destruction comes in. Because if I really, really care about something and I want it to happen and failure is not even an option, then if the world says, well, hang on a minute, actually this may not work, then you can throw your toys out of the pram and say, I didn't get what I want, so I'm going to start shouting. It also quincunxes Uranus in Taurus and Jupiter in Taurus. So Jupiter is like a helium balloon filling up. It expands everything. So we've got all of this fire getting bigger, plus Jupiter in Taurus is your circumstances, and with Uranus on top of it, Uranus is chaos and things being outside of the norm and unexpected. So you're not willing, or you're willing to ruffle a few feathers here to get what it is you want. And if depends on where you are, if you feel that's necessary, then fine, and that's what's involved in you making progress, great. But if you're trying to keep the peace and not rock the boat, then just be aware of that tendency here on Monday. Mercury's in Sagittarius, so the communication planet is direct, so you're likely to look at things clearly, and it's in a fire sign as well, so I want my focus to be on things that excite me and motivate me, and I want my words to reach far and wide, a greater audience, or I want to have an impact. And that squares Neptune and Pisces. So Look at really what's going on internally and why you're doing certain things. Is it justified, or are you doing this to, again, make up for something personal that didn't work in the past? And keep it as factual as possible. So you begin the week with a great deal of energy and optimism. It may go to extremes in terms of overconfidence, like I mentioned, and make sure you keep these things simple by channeling your energy into pursuing your own desires that you can build on your own, and try not to misuse it by getting into unnecessary conflict, or certainly kind of getting into self-righteous anger. That's a no-no. Tuesday, the 9th of January, we've got the Sagittarius moon, so still in this fired up position. It conjuncts, so it sits right on top of the communication planet Mercury in Sagittarius. It squares Neptune in Pisces, and it quincunxes Uranus in Taurus. So the theme gets even stronger on Tuesday. The sun is in Capricorn, so the identity you're working towards is that of someone who takes consistent practical action. And it trines Uranus in Taurus. So the message here is, yes, you have the motivation and the fire, but use that to put one brick down at a time, or to lay the path and to take one step after the other. If you're expecting things to immediately happen, or you're getting impatient and frustrated, that's a red flag. Mars in Capricorn also sextiles Saturn in Pisces. So you may feel that you're able to get things done and you're doing the right thing. There's a sense of certainty involved with this. So again, slow and steady wins the race. If you're seeing results here on Monday, Tuesday, great, keep going. But if there's a lot of pushback or a lot of resistance to what you're doing, and you then get this sense of, I need to bulldoze through this and get it out of my way, be cautious around that kind of thing. So the confidence and drive, they really continue here on Tuesday. You are able to make real progress and to go in a new desired direction. If you have this sense of, I'm going to get a kick out of burning these bridges, again, that's something to avoid. And try and channel all of this energy in a very disciplined and focused and overly simple way. One thing after the next, that's going to ensure that you keep making progress, and that there isn't a sense of, I'm becoming confused or overwhelmed or overburdened. And if you're in a spot of, this is now me versus them, I have to kick this down and get rid of it, that's again obviously a big red flag. So find ways of finding common ground if possible. Wednesday, the 10th of January, we have the moon going into Capricorn at 2:33 in the morning, and my horoscopes are based on Central European time. The Capricorn moon then, so first of all, it's moved out of Sagittarius now, the Centaur, and it's gone into Capricorn, an earth sign, which is about getting things done and operating on different levels. But fundamentally, it doesn't matter what area you're working towards, whether it's relationships or career or home life or health. It wants you to do the work and to be consistent in your actions. That conjuncts Mars in Capricorn, so things cool off a little bit. You're going to find it a lot easier to show up steadily and to say that this can't be done or built in a day. It may take a few days, and that is okay. So you have more patience with yourself and with your circumstances and your environment. The Capricorn moon then squares Chiron in Aries, so still there's this sense of, I get to make up for something that was lost in the past, but now it's about doing something that is going to have longevity as a part of it. It's not just a whim. So it's easier to not get distracted from Wednesday onwards. It also trines Jupiter in Taurus. So any of these practical actions you take are likely to do well. So please don't be hesitant around pursuing things that you feel have the potential to really thrive as a result of you pouring your energy into them. And it also sextiles Saturn in Pisces. So check in with your higher self. Is this the right way to move forward? Or am I kind of running in a direction which then I'm going to have to return and do a U-turn? So check in with yourself and your gut feeling around certain actions so that you, again, don't waste any time or energy. So Wednesday, it's kind of reminiscent. Oh, and Wednesday, the 10th of January, happy birthday to my sister Julia. Happy birthday. This feels very much like New Year's in the sense of I'm setting intentions and this is what I want to do. So if you have any goals that are floating around and that you don't feel you've kind of got very clear on those, write them down or become aware of those. How can you make a commitment to yourself on Wednesday to build new structures in your life based on your own hopes and dreams and desires? And similarly, the question that might be useful is, how can I build rather than undo? So the thing that's coming to mind here is the tower in the tarot. The tower is this big structure, lightning hits and everything goes flying. So it's about how can I create calm and steadiness instead of being gleeful about certain things coming undone. They're two opposite ends of the same coin, I would say. It's like love and hate, things that you never would feel are linked, but they are. It's the same intensity. One's just going towards positivity and connection and identifying with the other person or thing, and the other is completely villainizing it and objectifying it and having no identification. But the feeling is very similar, and feel free to disagree with me on that. But they are both very, very intense. So be conscious around what it is you're doing and the intention behind it. On Thursday, the 11th of January, we have the new moon in Capricorn. So I've made a separate video on this. If you're interested in the new moon energy, please have a look at that. A new moon is a wonderful time of planting seeds and setting intentions and using the quiet and the extra kind of space to say, this is what I want to grow in future. So Wednesday and Thursday feel like an astrological new year here. So if you didn't make any resolutions around the 31st of December or the 1st, whatever, then look at this beginning of January here, almost the middle, and say, okay, what is it that I want to achieve, not just in the rest of January, but in 2024 overall? So on Thursday, we've got the Capricorn moon, obviously conjuncting with the sun in Capricorn, which is why it's a new moon. And it also connects to Pluto in Capricorn, conjunction. Pluto is the planet of transformation and change. And that also is going to change signs very soon. I've made a separate video on that. It's the beginning of a new era. So look into that video if you'd like more information on Pluto. And then it also trines Uranus in Taurus, and it sextiles Neptune in Pisces. So the willingness to ruffle feathers and to let your own intuition and your dreams guide you. Venus in Sagittarius trines Chiron in Aries. So it's really almost a sense of, I need to be right here. Which to me, again, I did the Course in Miracles many years ago, and I did a weekly group. And the question that came up in one of the sessions was, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? And that really is a choice here. So if you find yourself as I must be right in order to attain happiness, put on the brakes. If it's like, it's okay, I want to be happy, regardless of rightness, that's a much better way forward. And that's a good way to try and assess where you're at with all of these things and what your intentions truly are behind the scenes. So Thursday is perfect for any kind of manifestation work. You have a crystal clear idea what your intentions are for the future, and what you want to create and what you want to avoid. So really pay attention to what's going on internally. It's really like having a microscope into your inner environment and getting real nuggets of truth from that. So what deserves your focus, drive, and energy moving forward? With this, again, I want to put a warning out. We still have the desire to burn bridges, but look out for situations where you're really unwilling to see another person's point of view. So it's not the best day, Thursday, for any kind of mediation or conflict resolution activities. Friday, the 12th of January, we have the moon going into Aquarius at 4:01 in the morning. And the Aquarius moon is very different to Capricorn. Again, Aquarius is about what could be in future. Let me get rid of any kind of preconceived ideas or notions. Let me think about this as if it were the first time I'm ever thinking about this, and let me be considerate of other ideas and points of view. So Friday and the weekend is much better for connecting with other people and getting back on the same page. The Aquarius moon then squares Jupiter in Taurus. So this is a great day to actually have a discussion or to learn something, which then is going to lead to positive action as a result and practical circumstances that are positive for you and the other people involved. The Aquarius moon also sextiles Chiron in Aries and Venus in Sagittarius. So my willingness to learn is what heals me now. It's not just getting what I want that's super important. I understand that I may benefit from listening and sitting back and assessing the situation again without kind of bias. Mars in Capricorn trines Jupiter in Taurus. So anything, and the whole week here is what I'm getting, anything that you can build towards steadily and solidly. On Friday, again, that's really, really supported. But even Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or the other days, that is really the one thing which is least complicated and most straightforward for you. So on Friday, the energy, the environment shifts into you having wonderful new ideas and really the ability to find sudden solutions to issues that you've got in your life. So if there's anything that needs resolving, keep it till later on in the week, if possible. Take immediate actions around the things that you personally have control over, and also sudden solutions that do show up. Don't put them on the back burner or say, okay, I'll revisit this. It seems like a good idea now, but maybe I should research it a bit more. On Friday, you're so supported that if the solution immediately presents itself, implement it. Good luck supports you, and that's why I'm getting this message not to overly question things and to move ahead, because the energy is super fast paced. You have drive, you have a momentum, and that's available to you for a reason, and the reason being, go for it, do it. So seize not just the day here on Friday, but the moment. It's kind of a sense that if you blink, it's gone. You know when you're, for instance, if you meet someone new and you have a really strong reaction and there's like chemistry and sparks and you're like, and then suddenly that person is gone already. It's like, what just happened? So it's important on Friday to be on your toes and to pounce on things as they appear in order not to miss opportunities. On Saturday, the 13th of January, we have the Aquarius moon forming a square with Uranus and Taurus, and it sextiles Venus and Sagittarius. So again, I think it's more about conflict a little bit. I'm going to move ahead regardless of the red flags now. I just want to go, 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 and I'm not patient enough or tolerant to listen to the other points of view. Mercury enters Capricorn, so the communication planet is very sober-minded now. And it's like, what ideas have merit and which ones do not? And I'm going to pick those that have merit. So problem solving and intellectual analysis is not only supported, but your ability to do those things is like through the roof now on Saturday. Similarly to the day before, try and implement solutions as they arise straight away. And really anything that you're procrastinating over, try and do as much as you can in the moment so you don't miss potential opportunities. And then on Sunday, the 14th of January, we have the moon going into Pisces at 4:29 in the morning. So this is the first time this week that it's like, oh, I can relax a little bit, I can rest. So it falls nicely here on the second day of the weekend. The Pisces moon then conjunct Saturn in Pisces, and it sextiles Jupiter in Taurus and Mars in Capricorn. So taking a break and allowing yourself to relax a little bit actually gives you ideas for what you're going to do next and on the day after, Monday the 15th of January. So being relaxed and taking it easy is actually, I know you may think I'm going around the houses with this, but it's actually very productive because you'll get good ideas from that. Venus in Sagittarius quincunxes Uranus in Taurus. So again, there's a sense of restlessness and I've got to create chaos just to feel calm. I don't agree. I think you can relax and connect to the higher realms and do your exploring that way, and you'll get good, solid ideas from that. Okay, so that's what I get for the week. I'm going to go through each sign of the zodiac to see what areas are particularly supported for you guys. So Aries, you're able to break the sound barrier, metaphorically, in your working life and in your career. You're a fire sign anyway, so all of this fiery energy, particularly from Monday to Friday, you're able to truly and very simply channel that into anything that has to do with work in your life. So you're able to overcome impossible odds through self-belief, and you're fired up to the point where you can overcome obstacles, genuine obstacles, and you're less likely to fall into the trap of, I just want to, give this a bit of a push just because I'm displeased or frustrated with it. So look at what you want to grow in your career. Look at the direction you're moving in. Look at what doors are closed and how you can open those constructively. So it's really all about career and work. Taurus, for you, there's an opportunity to discover what you don't know already by being open to learning all week. So for you, be motivated, move forward, but at the same time, pay real attention to things that are said or things that are being taught, because you can really infuse those into what you're doing for a greater and more positive outcome. So more is more in terms of your thinking and your ideas and what you know. Gemini, look at what organization you could connect with this week in order to get your project or your venture or your desire, to get that going in earnest, to get it completed, but to get it done in conjunction with other people. So Gemini, try not to be an island on your own and look at where you can find support, investment, guidance, anything via others, your external environment. Cancer, see which one of your relationships could help you in your everyday affairs, even if the two don't seem to be linked. Be willing to delegate. So you're operating, I'm receiving from the external and I'm letting it hit internally, and vice versa. My internal things I'm sharing with others for a sense of cooperation. So not only are you able to make real progress, but you can do that in conjunction with other people so that you don't feel bogged down and burdened. Leo, look at what you love to do and how you can build this into your everyday routine. Then do it. Keep it simple. Fire. This is what I'm doing, and I'm going to follow it up by practical action steps. Virgo, use your willingness this week to do the work, or let me say that this week, let me re-say it. This week, you have a real willingness to do the work. And apply that to how you can bring more love and more joy into your life, both via other people and what you love to do, whether it's what you're working on personally or whether it's your career. How can I bring more positive emotion into my life? Libra, be willing to accept support from other people to lighten the load and to speed up your progress. So the implication there is you've already done a lot of work to create a support network. How can you now actually benefit from this and shift from fourth gear to fifth and zoom off? Scorpio, reach a greater audience or be willing to explain your ideas to other people and groups of people, so both formal settings and informal settings, to either get validation or support or investment. So open up. Sagittarius, this week, please get the new money-making ideas and ventures up and running now, today. The time to act is now for you. January, in the truest sense of the word, a new year to hit the ground running and to just do it. So please feel encouraged to get on with whatever it is that needs to be done, what you're fired up about. We've got a whole week of fire, so you, Sagittarius, go for it. Capricorn, find a new ease and confidence in yourself and embrace that before rushing off into action and trying to fix something. Instead, look at what already works for you personally. So avoid misdirection by seeing what has the most potential for growth and what feels easiest at the same time. So bank on your strengths, basically, rather than trying to fix things that you see as the opposite, challenges. Yeah. Aquarius, pay attention to what blessings are coming your way while you're making all this progress, and try and be aware enough of the things going on around you so that you can consider the blessings coming to you and eventually and hopefully to accept those. So for you, it's a really good week where you can make a lot of progress, but you've also got good things coming your way, and they may be from unexpected areas. So make sure that you're not just in tunnel vision mode going for the goal, that you also pay attention to all the good stuff going on around you. Pisces, please work on your side project on top of your existing job, or on top of what's keeping you super, super busy during the day or evening. Do something on top of what you're already doing, basically, and expand on your personal hopes and desires. So Pisces, you can make real progress in the areas of doing something on top of what you're already doing. So you can manage your existing circumstances, and this is a chance to really grow your own personal mission. So that's what I get for you this week. I hope it gives you an idea of what you'll be working with. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to order your reading with me. In my personal readings, I use astrology. So to draw up your birth charts, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then please order a chart rectification with me. That's a process where you send me 10 or more life events, significant things that have happened to you, and I'm manually able to work out your time of birth. So if you have any questions around your life purpose, career, income, family relationships, love and romance, moving, investment, savings, spiritual development, friendships, your connection to certain groups in your life, anything at all, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. Have a wonderful week. Please check out the video on Pluto entering Aquarius on the 21st of January. Check out the video on the new moon in Capricorn on the 11th of January. They're already up. And check out the horoscopes that I do for each sign of the zodiac for the month ahead. So January's up. I'll do February over the next few days, hopefully. And I also do a daily tarot reading on my channel. So have a look at that and consider joining if you would like to watch those daily tarot readings. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll speak to you soon. All the best.